For years, Sam Heughan has captured hearts around the world, the charming Scotsman who brought Jamie Fraser to life, the man whose smile could disarm an entire fandom. Yet, behind the fame, the interviews, and the perfect red carpet moments, one question has never stopped haunting his followers. Why has Sam Heughan never revealed who he truly loves? It's a mystery that's followed him for nearly a decade. While his career has flourished, his private life remains locked away, guarded like a secret he can't afford to share. Every time he's asked about love, Sam laughs it off with that same polite grin, saying things like, "I'm married to my work," or, "Jamie gets all the romance these days." It's charming, but it's also evasive. And for a man who wears his heart so openly on screen, his silence off-screen speaks volumes. Fans have speculated endlessly. Some believe he's simply too focused on his career. Others insist he's hiding a great heartbreak, the kind that changes how a person loves forever. A few even whisper that there's someone special, someone he's protecting from the glare of fame. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. Sam Heughan's love life has become one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries. The curiosity began years ago, during the early seasons of Outlander. His chemistry with Katrina Balfe was so electric that viewers refused to believe it ended when the cameras stopped. Interviews between them were filled with teasing smiles, lingering glances, and the kind of effortless connection that made even journalists blush. Headlines screamed, "Are Sam and Katrina more than co-stars?" But when Katrina married in 2019, fans were stunned. They expected the rumors to end, yet somehow, they didn't. Instead, questions about Sam's own romantic life grew louder. Who was he seeing? Why had no one ever seen him with a confirmed partner? Each red carpet appearance alone only deepened the intrigue. Over the years, there have been whispers, a model here, a rumored actress there, but nothing ever confirmed. Sam remained kind but guarded, often shifting the conversation back to work. In one interview, when asked if he believed in love, he smiled and said, "Of course I do. I just think some parts of life deserve to stay sacred." That line, "stay sacred," became the heartbeat of the mystery. Because if there's one thing fans have learned about Sam, it's that he's not cold or unfeeling. He's warm, thoughtful, passionate. So what would make a man like that hide something so fundamental? Theories piled up on social media. Some said he'd been burned before. Others claimed he was protecting someone outside the industry. One particularly viral thread argued that his silence was an act of love itself, that by keeping his heart private, he was keeping it safe. Then came the interview that reignited everything. It happened during a promotional event for his latest project. The host, perhaps trying to get a headline, asked bluntly, "You've played some of the most romantic characters in television history. Are you anything like them in real life?" Sam's smile faltered for the briefest second. "I suppose," he said carefully, "there are similarities. I understand loyalty. I understand protecting someone you care about, even when the world doesn't need to know their name." The room went silent. The interviewer blinked. Sam gave a small, almost shy smile, then changed the subject. But fans didn't miss it. Within hours, clips of that moment were everywhere. Protecting someone you care about. The phrase echoed through headlines, TikTok edits, and Reddit theories. Who was he protecting? Why now, after years of avoidance, did he say that? Some fans pointed to his recent trips to Scotland, where he'd been spotted alone in remote towns, visiting places linked to his childhood. Others noted that he'd been unusually reflective online, posting quotes about solitude, love, and truth. The pattern was too deliberate to ignore. One fan wrote on Twitter, "He's not hiding love. He's hiding pain. You can see it in his eyes every time someone asks." Another replied, "Maybe the real secret is that he already found the one, and lost her." Whatever the case, Sam's emotional distance has only deepened the fascination. He's become a symbol of mystery in a world obsessed with oversharing, a reminder that not every heart wants to be dissected in public. And yet, that only makes the question burn hotter. Is Sam Heughan truly hiding a secret, or is he hiding from one? In the weeks after that cryptic interview, the whispers only grew louder. Entertainment blogs hunted for clues, fans combed through old footage, and even casual viewers were drawn into the mystery. For someone who had spent years avoiding scandal, Sam Heughan suddenly found himself at the center of one, not for anything he did wrong, but for what he refused to reveal. As speculation swirled, a journalist close to the production offered a quiet observation. "Sam's not playing a game," she said. "He's protecting something. Maybe it's love, maybe it's loss. But you can tell there's history in those silences." People began to revisit his older interviews, piecing together fragments that seemed insignificant before. There were the late-night talk show appearances where he dodged questions with humor, the charity events where he showed up alone despite rumors of a companion, and the subtle melancholy in his words when discussing fame. "It's funny," he once said, "how success gives you everything and takes away everything that used to feel normal." Then came a magazine feature that changed the tone of the conversation completely. Instead of gossip, it offered something more human. The writer, who had spent a day shadowing Sam on set, described a moment between takes where he sat quietly staring out a window. When she asked what he was thinking about, he replied softly, "Privacy is the last piece of peace we have left." It wasn't defensive, it was weary. That single sentence resonated everywhere. For years, people had built stories around him. The secret girlfriend, the forbidden love, the hidden heartbreak. But maybe the real truth was simpler, and sadder. Maybe Sam Heughan wasn't hiding someone. Maybe he was hiding himself from a world that wanted too much. Yet, those close to him insisted there was more. One friend, speaking anonymously, said, "There was someone. She wasn't famous, and she hated the spotlight. It didn't end badly, it just couldn't survive the attention." Sam's never really moved past that. That revelation hit fans hard. It made sense. The guarded interviews, the lonely travels, the distant look in his eyes during events. Fame had given him the world, but it had also taken the quiet kind of love that doesn't need cameras or headlines. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Sam seemed to acknowledge this himself. During an online Q&A, a fan asked what he'd learned about love after all these years. He paused, smiled gently, and said, "That it's not always about finding someone. Sometimes it's about keeping part of yourself whole enough to give when the right person comes along." The chat erupted in hearts and crying emojis. People could feel the weight behind his words, the sadness, the wisdom, and maybe a trace of regret. As months passed, the frenzy slowly softened. Fans stopped demanding names and started respecting the silence. Some even began to see his privacy as part of his allure. The mystery of a man who could show so much emotion on screen yet keep his own heart locked away. Then, unexpectedly, Sam broke that silence again, in his own quiet way. On his social media, he shared a photo of the Scottish Highlands, mist curling around the hills. The caption read, "Not all love stories are for the world to see." It was simple, but it said everything. Within hours, the post had hundreds of thousands of likes and thousands of comments. One fan wrote, "We get it now. He's not hiding love, he's protecting it." Another said, "He's telling us he already had his story, and maybe that's enough." People close to him later confirmed that Sam had been spending more time at home, reconnecting with family and old friends, choosing peace over publicity. He began speaking more openly about the importance of boundaries and mental health. "The hardest thing," he said in one interview, "is letting the world think they know you while you fight to keep the best parts of yourself untouched." It wasn't the shocking revelation people expected, but in many ways, it was more profound. The truth about Sam Heughan's love life wasn't a hidden relationship or a forbidden affair. It was the story of a man learning how to love quietly in a world that demands everything be loud. And maybe that's why fans adore him even more now. He's proof that not every mystery needs to be solved, not every heart has to be exposed to be real. As one writer beautifully summarized, Sam Heughan doesn't hide his heart, he guards it. And maybe that's the most romantic thing of all. Because in the end, the secret he's been keeping all along might not be who he loves, but how deeply he's capable of loving.